So the the Yaris engine, take out the whole engine with the gearbox and with all the joints of everything here. And of course you have the engine with the gearbox, and you connect the joint to a huge generator on the left side, and then on the right side, because obviously it's like the car has two wheels, so four, but two which are permanently on. So collect two generators, and then if you need to speed up the generator, then you put the engine in second or third or fourth gear, and with an adjustment on the accelerator, just third gear, fourth gear, whatever the speed needs to be for the motor, fifth gear, yeah, whatever you choose, and then you will find the perfect RPM for the motor to generate 240 volts. Now that's two big engines, yeah, for the electric generators. Now for the engine itself, it's nothing, because it doesn't have to carry anything. He used to carry 1.5 tons, the car, but in this case it has to just do these two generators. So for the engine it's like easy, yeah. Now the engine would run then the same way then when you stop at the red light, so it uses up around 2 or 3 liters in a whole day, in 8 hours. So these generators on the other end could charge any battery or run a disco or a workshop or older house or several houses, in particular the forest what I just tried to build, yeah. But on the top of this, the exhaust pipe of the motor, of the engine, is extremely hot, isn't it? Now this would be put around the exhaust pipe. We would be putting coils of copper tubes around the whole exhaust pipe system, and then through those copper tubes we would blow water through, yeah. So the exhaust pipe is getting hot because the motor is going, so it would heat up that water in the tube, so you could have a nice hot shower. Of course you can use the electricity of generators to heat the water as well electrically, but why don't you use the hot air? It's the same thing, yeah. Plus, on the top of all this, if you put very nice things on the engine and maybe put it in an enclosure, it could be like an oven to grill a chicken or something. If it's nicely done in an enclosure, then the engine's heat would easily bake the chicken. Now, so you would have electricity to do what the hell you want, run the internet, the shows, the YouTube, whatever. You would have hot water to wash off the sweat, because you're performing, because you want to go viral, you know what I mean, you want to go crazy, yeah. You wash off with the hot water, and then when everything is done, yeah, then your meal is ready, and everything is for £3 whole day. Electricity, hot water, and your cooking. Of course the meal is for free, because if you're in the forest you shoot one of those ducks, so if you're lucky you get one of those deers. If you're on your own, or even that deer is enough for a whole month. So, and you know, to catch a deer, if you leave every day there, or you know, you will know where the deers are, you know, and anything else, you know, rabbit, pheasants. So that's with the little Toyota Yaris motor 1 liter engine. And then of course every 5,000 hours or whatever the thing, you would change the oil in the car. That's just like a normal car. And if it's rain, you cover it up, you like a little shelter, or build it a little shelter, so you could, and this engine would run for you for several thousand years, because it doesn't have to pull the car around, doesn't need to shake, it's just in the middle of the forest. Yeah, makes sense, yeah? Yeah. Of course, with the switch of a button it would come on, because just like in a car, yeah. And if you have an automatic gearbox, you don't have to clutch, you don't have to push the clutch. But if you have a normal gearbox, then you just change the gears, you know, like you would change it with the thing, because on the gearbox, when you know the exact motion, it's very easy to change the gear. And with a little screw, just would put the accelerator, you would obviously see on the RPM meter how much. Maybe you have 3000 RPM, 5th gear, you know, stuff is moving. So, and if you need maybe more power or something, or you want the whole thing to be a bit slower, then you know, you put it onto whatever you need to put it on for suits your thing. And leave alone if you charge the batteries up, then next day you don't have to run the engine at all. Of course, on that day you can't shower because you can't really hold the water with the batteries. It's gonna suck the batteries empty very quickly if you don't have any batteries. But you still would have telly, the internet, or you know, anything you want. But then you have to cuddle up with a D or something, like I said, the example, to keep you warm. But you know, just saying.